Alberto Tlatoa, am I saying that correct?
Tlatoa.
Tlatoa.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Alberto Tlatoa. I'm a community organizer, social entrepreneur, historian, artist, and really active in my community. My family actually was one of the people who organized to try to save the largest urban farm in the nation here in South Central Los Angeles about 15 years ago. It was a 14-acre urban farm that fed 350 families, and it was a beacon of hope for lots of people. And my organization now, as the founder and executive director, we really want to redefine land use in the city of Los Angeles. I think that urban farms can play a vital role in fighting food insecurity and also being centers and hubs of distribution. I think we need more investment. We need buildings, right? I agree with her comment. Food needs to be decentralized, so the city could invest in inviting community centers where there could be refrigeration, commercial vehicles where we could transport and distribute all the food. I'm a big believer that we've been excluded from a lot of conversations in the development of our cities. We do not have any parks. We do not have trees in our neighborhoods, right? Everything's related to what everybody's been talking about in this panel. And I think that it's time for our voices to be heard. I think we need to be included in conversations, and we need to be at the forefront. We need to build projects that are led by the community, and we need funding. Funding is a big barrier for food justice work. If we don't have money, if we don't have buildings, we cannot do that work. And that is the thing that's really gonna build a systematic change. I've been fighting for food justice for 17 years of my life in South Central Los Angeles. We have more liquor stores than grocery stores in our communities. We have redlining and systematic policies that continue to impact our communities now. The goal is to build community land trusts where it could be used for housing, but also could be used as green spaces and parks. I think that's a perfect solution to support and building equity. And also, a lot of these developments are getting built in our neighborhoods. There's different levels of affordable housing, and people don't understand that. So these developers get their projects passed saying, oh, it's gonna have 2 units, 5 units of affordable housing. Is that really who's gonna be able to afford $3,000 rent on a luxurious condos here in the city of Los Angeles? So I think it's important that we also be able to critique elected officials, but also work with them to create policies that are gonna create systematic change. And it's necessary, it's time for bold leadership. It's time to really invest in communities that have been disenfranchised, and also a time to give people the money that they serve to build those community hubs that are gonna provide benefits and resources to the communities. And I think that one of the things that we started as an organization is land access is food justice. If we don't have access to any kind of land to build either a warehouse for being a food distribution center, or we don't have community gardens for green space as well too, I think urban farming can be a great vehicle to really time in and to intersect all of these issues in our communities, right? We don't have parks, we have community gardens. We grow our own food. It's also about teaching our kids how to eat healthy, right? I think people don't know how to cook, period. Right. I think that's something is really blow-minding when you ask youth, do you know how to cook something? They're like, I don't know how to cook. I think so we need to also have those life skills back in our curriculums. So teach people life skills, because there's a lot of things that our education system does not teach, and one of them is not to cook, not to do laundry. There's simple, basic things that a lot of youth don't know how to do. So I think it's important that we can kind of change some things that are not working, right? And I think it's important to give people money. I think funding is a big issue for everybody. And with funding, we could do so much, right? We could fund multiple distributions. And definitely, to me, I've seen urban agriculture as a vehicle to really push this agenda of more healthy eating, more access to healthy, nutritious food. And I think my task is to build on those legacies and continue to build that leadership, right? Because change does not happen overnight. My father started as an organizer trying to fight for the South Central Farm, and now I'm carrying out the next legacy, right? Taking it further, one step further. So I think it's important to also build leadership and identify leaders who are going to do the work and who are going to champion what needs to be happening in our community. And that change is needed now. So the leadership needs to step up, and we need to continue to advocate and find people who are going to help build that trust with the community, because there is a lot of distrust in community. People don't trust nonprofits. People don't trust the government because they have been failing us for such a long time that it's important that we act now. And right now is the time to be bold and think out of the box. And I think that that's the only way we're going to create real change in our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you, Alberto. Thank you.